I'm Dan Alexander. I'm a clinical cardiologist at Winchester Cardiology and Vascular Medicine.
I'm Tricia Nashid, also a cardiologist at Winchester Cardiology and Vascular Medicine.
And we're here to share some of the recipes that we make for our own family that we feel are heart healthy and may give you some ideas to cook your own heart healthy meals at home.
Next we're going to do a Peruvian chicken, and I'm going to spatchcock the chicken, which is basically opening it up and flattening it. We're going to do a rub under the skin, so I'm going to start by making the rub. I'm going to take a bowl here. I'm going to add in about 3 cloves of chopped garlic, add in some cumin. This is a tablespoon of ground cumin. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of paprika. Paprika is a pepperish type spice which doesn't have a lot of heat. We're going to add in about a teaspoon of oregano. And with that I had mixed in about half a teaspoon of salt and some pepper. We'll go ahead and mix that all together. To this mixture, I'm going to add some lemon juice. Fish out that seed right there. All right. So to this paste, we are also adding the lemon juice to equal the juice of 1 lemon, and go ahead and take the zest from the lemon, which imparts a lot of flavor to it, and we just take this, and you want to just take the yellow, not the white. The white is a little bitter. There we go, and that looks pretty good. We'll just scrape that lemon zest into our rub and gather all this up, add it in. And that is our paste that we're going to use on the chicken. The chicken shears are pretty sharp. They can be found at most stores, and I find that they're very easy. You can just take the scissors or shears and cut them. It just opens the bird up like that. We'll do the same thing here on the other side. All right, and then you can, if you save the bones, you can put them in your freezer and make a chicken broth out of these later, or if you don't save them, you can discard it. Next, I take this bird and I just take my fingers and rub it right under the skin here. I tend to put my rubs and my spices under the skin so that when the chicken bakes, you can decide to either eat the skin or not eat the skin. Skin sometimes has a little more fat, and even if you discard the skin on this one, you'll still have a lot of flavor right in the chicken and the meat. Go ahead and grab our rub we made earlier and just take kind of a handful of that rub, and we'll rub it right under the skin, trying to get all the parts and the meat of the chicken. Turn the chicken over and get the back side. And again, we just kind of separate the skin away from the meat and just really get that rub inside against the meat. And the same thing on this last part here. Okay. And then I go ahead and after I do the rub on the outside, I squeeze the top of the bird with about a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then add salt to the top. Put it in a roasting pan and we'll put it in the oven. 400 degrees for an hour. I'm gonna make a green spicy sauce to go with that Peruvian chicken. So in a blender, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some cilantro, about 2 jalapeno peppers chopped. You can adjust that to your taste. Garlic, a little salt, some lime juice. We'll go ahead and add the mayonnaise to this. I oftentimes look for healthy mayonnaise, ones made out of avocado oil or canola oil. Try to avoid mayonnaise made out of soybean oil. Then we'll put this on here. Here we go. It looks delicious. All right, let's check in our chicken here. Oh, it looks delicious. Here we go. Nicely browned. Go ahead and set it down here. One of the things we added was citrus to a lot of the portions of the meal. Citrus is a great way to add flavor without adding salt or sugar. This is a good example of a appropriately portioned plate. There is protein, usually about the size of a deck of cards. There is a whole grain, which should keep about the size of your fist or smaller. There is a side of soup. The soup has a lot of beta-carotenes, vitamins. The more color there is to your vegetables, the more nutrients there are. There is another side soup here. Oftentimes you can do a sauteed green or another vegetable. It's a good idea to put 2 vegetables on your plate with each meal. You can do green salads. This one features a lot of bok choy, so although there's some protein in the soup, it also features a fair amount of vegetable.
The other element that we like to introduce in food is sort of non-tasting, so it's color. So you see the color in this soup, the color of the green sauce, that all adds to making food taste better, actually. And that's why we add little small bits of green, or that's also part of the meal itself, but adds that bit of color and makes the meal seem more exciting.